Good evening and welcome to the OARS net. This is W0ZAC Whiskey Zero Zulu Alpha Charlie, net control for tonight's net. My name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel, and I'm located in Mount Vernon. This net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the W0 OAR repeater at a frequency of 146.97 with a negative offset and PL tone of 162.2 hertz. This is an informal directed net, but it can be interrupted at any time if there is emergency traffic. If there are any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We'll move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. On Saturday, October the 8th, the OARS Club will be setting up a special event station at the Apple Butter Macon Days event in Mount Vernon. We'll be meeting at the Mount Vernon Family Restaurant that morning at 7 a.m. for breakfast, after which we'll move down to the park that will be just north of the square in Mount Vernon. We'll be going down to the park to set up the booth and tower and be playing radio there all day. It is an all-day event. We'll be having a potluck dinner later in the day, so please bring a dish to add to the event. Along with the dish, please bring your own table service. The club meeting for the month of October is normally scheduled on that day, October 8th, and the club meeting will be held there at our booth during the event. If there are any questions regarding that, please defer to Bob, KA0RM. I believe he holds all the details, so hopefully he'll be with us tonight and he can chime in if any of that information needs to be remediated. Following that October 8th event, the OARS Club meetings will fall back to their normal schedule, which would be the second Saturday of each month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette. We'll meet for dinner and fellowship at 6 p.m., and the club meeting will begin promptly at 7 p.m. Everyone pays for their own meal, and the Happy House has extended a 10% discount to club members during that event. Of course, you don't have to be a member to attend, and you don't have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome. With that, we will move on. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Okay, nothing heard there. We will begin taking check-ins. We'll now begin taking check-ins. When you check in, please space your calls. Give your call sign phonetically, then the regular way, along with your first name and location. Check-ins will be acknowledged, and then comments or announcements will be invited from each station. We'll begin with short-time, low-power, or mobile stations. Please call now, W0ZAC.
W0ZAC, K0SQS, Kilo 0, Sierra, Quebec, Sierra, Harold in Monette, short time.
Kilo Alpha 0, Romeo Mike, KSRM, Rob Monroe.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Mike Juliet, KE0, OMJ, Roger and Ozark, short time, no traffic.
Alrighty, we picked up 3 there. We'll start at the top of the list with K0SQS. Go ahead, Harold.
Yeah, W0ZAC, K0SQS. Appreciate you checking me in. Appreciate you running the net. Got no traffic. Just one announcement, and that is just for information. I got a QSL card from our mobile station in Billings a couple of weeks ago. I gave it to Bob. I'm not sure whether he's had time to get it to you, but he was going to ask you to maybe work up some kind of a design for a W0 OAR QSL card. Anyway, you might keep that in mind. Appreciate you running the net, K0SQS.
Alrighty, Harold. Appreciate you checking in tonight. And yes, Bob had mentioned that to me, and I did commit to working up a design, or maybe a couple for everyone to choose from. So when I get some time, I will make that happen. I can't make any guarantees on the time frame, though. I'm pretty swamped currently. Well, again, Harold, thanks for checking in. We'll move on down the list. Next up is KA0RM. Bob, how are you this evening?
KA0RM, W0ZAC. Doing good. Doing good there. We just got out there test driving our new ice cream freezer we got built and run into a snag, so the seam on the can is on the inside sticking out a little too much, and it's catching on the blade, you know, that cuts the ice cream away. So I'm gonna have to get a hold of him tomorrow and find out what you want to do about that. I think I can take a little bit of grinder and grind that down, but being under warning, I don't want to touch it until I talk to him. But anyway, it works fine without anything in it. But you know, and then you put the mix in it, and then the pressure pushes them out too far, and it catches on the blades there. So that's what's going on there. A little cooler today. The humidity was terrible yesterday, man, but a little better today. I think we're supposed to have maybe 90s tomorrow, and then Thursday I think it's supposed to be up about 67, 68 for a high. So anyway, that's what's going on. Let's see here. A couple of weeks, I think it is, at Joplin Hamfest, the 7th and 8th. So I got a couple tables over there. I'll be there the 8th. I'm not going to go 7th, but I'll be there the 8th. And like I said, we're all set up for the apple butter days up there. Permission and everything going. So Sean and I are going to take the tower and set it up there on Friday afternoon and get it all set up and everything ready to go. And then we'll eat breakfast at 7 o'clock at the family restaurant in Mount Vernon, and then go on out there. So it's going to be a lot darker later and earlier than we normally have. But anyway, that's the plan now. So everybody got any question, they can get a hold of me. W0ZAC, KA0RM. Good evening.
Comment.
Go ahead.
I was just going to make a correction to what Bob had said there. I've got the Hamfest flyer up for the Joplin Hamfest. I was actually going to make the announcement, but I forgot to unmute my microphone before I keyed up there. But it is September 30th and October 1st, not the 7th and 8th of October.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. What do I have on 7th? That's something going on. Okay, yeah, I got it on my calendar, but I just read it wrong. Yeah, 30th, well, it's on Friday and Saturday. We're going to be there the Saturday, but the 30th and the 1st of October. But like I said, we're going to be there the 1st, there on the Saturday, the 1st there. But anyway, the apple butter days, why, you know, that stands as is. Hopefully see a lot of you there. And we'll be talking to some more of you for the net here later on about the apple butter days. KA0RM.
Very good, Bob. Thanks for joining in tonight, and thanks for the updates on the apple butter event. And so, to reiterate that point, the tower will be set up Friday evening. The club will meet at 7 a.m. at the Mount Vernon Family Restaurant, after which we'll all head to the park to start operating. Correct?
Roger, roger, roger.
Alrighty, and I think for anyone who's not terribly familiar with the town, the most direct path to the park where we'll be operating will take you right through the heart of Apple Butter. And so to avoid that, if we head north on Mount Vernon Boulevard, Highway 39, go all the way north of town to 174, and then hang a right, swing back over and hang another right past the rehab center. That'll bring us in on the north side of the park and hopefully avoid all that traffic. All right, thanks again, Bob. Appreciate you being there, and we'll move on down the list to Kilo Echo Zero, Oscar Mike Juliet. Roger, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Just watching the granddaughter for a little bit, but I remembered I've got an alarm set for the net, so I thought I'd jump in real quick and just get counted and say hey. I won't be able to make it out to the Apple Butter days, but sounds like you guys are going to have a good time.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you checking in. Wish you could make it over to see us on Saturday. The last one we did was a pretty good time. That was a lot of fun. And it's good to just get out and do something different than be in your own shack on your rig. So pretty good time, pretty good time. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to prove to be successful. Hopefully we have a lot of traffic swinging by there. Well, Roger, appreciate you being in there tonight. We'll move on and ask for more check-ins. Are there any more check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now, W0ZAC.
Kilo Echo Zero, Mike Alpha Delta, Sean in Aurora.
AE0OC, Wes and Miller.
KF0IQA, Jenkins.
K0RWD, Ron in Cashville.
KF0HHH in Greenfield.
November 0, Mike Lima Papa, N0MLP, Marvin in Greenfield.
All right, well, they're just coming out of the woodwork there. Let me scroll down the list here and see where we took off. Let's start with KE0MAD. Sean, how are you this evening?
Oh, pretty good. I'm going to be a short time, don't have much to add. I got to be hitting the sack so I can be up and out of the house by 1 a.m. to go to work. So, anyway, thanks for doing the net, and hopefully you get a bunch for the count. This is K0MAD.
All right, Sean, we'll appreciate you being there. Count's looking pretty good so far, and we'll see how it develops. We'll move on to AE0OC. Wes, how are you?
Well, I'm doing real good, Zach. I'm feeling a whole lot better than I was last week. And I'd say you got a pretty good shot of possibly breaking a record tonight with the way things are looking so far. So hopefully we'll get some more people calling in, and we'll push it over the point and have a new record to break. So spent most of my day in Springfield today. And I'll tell you what, I didn't do a thing other than drive and be out in the heat. And but I was up there with Steve, KA0SPM, and we were out running around all over. And I think by the time we were done, we were both worn out.
Well, at least you had a productive day, and you're one step closer to that tower, eh?
Yeah, bought the pipe for the mast and the pipe for the falling derrick, and bought some rebar and some other steel and stuff that I needed for other projects. Popped out $200 worth of materials. Tell you what, that tower's starting to remind me of my ex-wife. 200 here, 200 there, yeah. But in any case, it's getting a whole lot closer than it was.
Yep, I hear you. That money adds up quick, doesn't it? when I first got into this hobby a year ago this month, I got my General. Bob told me I could go as far in this hobby as my wallet would let me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the one that really made out today, though, was my boy Dusty. He's been saving aluminum cans for forever. And so I had a load of scrap on the trailer that I needed to get off to be able to haul pipe. So we took that into the scrap yard, and he took his cans in. And he took in 162 pounds of aluminum cans.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of cans. That's a lot of beverages consumed.
Well, he's had everybody he knows saving cans for him pretty much, and I think he's got about 3 years worth of saving there. So, but he got $81 out of them, so that's not bad. He's pretty happy about it.
Well, absolutely. If they've been donated, that's just free money. OS, you got anything else for the net?
Nope, that's all I got. So, appreciate you running the net tonight. It's doing a real good job, and it's been a really good net so far. So, looking forward to hearing the rest of it. AE0OC, back to you.
Well, very good. Appreciate you checking in there, Wes. We'll be talking to you soon, I'm sure. We'll move on now to KF0IQA. Barry, how are you this evening?
Yeah, hi here. Hey, this is exciting. This is the first time I've been able to talk to you guys. I found a magic area in the back porch here. It's about 6 feet wide, in which I can hear you without any breaks, and apparently I'm transmitting. So this is a magic spot here.
Well, that's fantastic. I heard you key in there, and I had to do a double take because I hadn't heard you on the air yet. So I'm glad you're able to make it. Pleasure having you, and I hope you can find that spot next week because we're right here at 7 o'clock every Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is kind of neat. Yeah, I haven't had any trouble talking south, but this is the first time I'm reaching the repeater up there. So this is fantastic, yeah. So, yeah, I'll be here, and I'm listening, and this is terrific. Thank you very much. Not bad for $34.
Very good, Barry. Well, again, we appreciate you being there, and hope you can make it up to the special event we're going to be hosting at Apple Butter on the 8th. If you got any questions on that, just holler at Bob. He can fill you in on all the details. Well, we'll move on now to our next station, K0RWD. Come on in there, Ron.
K0RWD, Kilo Zero, Romeo Whiskey Delta. Well, I got almost overheated, and I got almost everything done that I wanted to. Now, if I can just somehow get the thermometer down just a little bit, it would suit me a whole lot better. But other than that, that's just about all I've got. I really like the way the net is going, and you guys doing a great job. And I'll just say 7-3 stall, K0RWD.
All righty, Ron. Appreciate you being there. And ditto on the weather. It's 81 degrees in my house currently. My AC quit Sunday night. Thought we had it fixed Monday night and found out Tuesday morning it's not fixed. So it's a little balmy in here right now. But hopefully we can get that fixed tonight and sleep easy. Ron, thanks again for being there. We'll say 73 to K0RWD and move on to KF0HHH. Catherine, how are you? KF0HHH, do you copy Whiskey 0 Zulu Alpha Charlie? All right, well, I fear we lost Catherine there. If you're still in there, feel free to hop back in on the next go-around. We'll move on up the list to November 0, Mike Lima Papa. Marvin, how are you this evening?
Doing good, Zach. Hello, everybody on the net. Kathy is out mobile, so she probably got somewhere she can't get back in. So, but anyway, other than that, just looking forward to the events coming up. Excited about the Ham Fest and for sure about the apple butter making days. Plan on being there for that whole day, so looking forward to that for sure. Other than that, not doing too much, just, you know, keeping busy with the normal. I did started building a purpose-built GMRS antenna. Recently got a GMRS license for be able to keep in contact with some of my other family that will never get ham licenses. So I figure if I can get them at least into some GMRS there, maybe be able to keep in touch with them if something ever happens. So other than that, that's about it. Just hanging in there and glad to hear everybody out there. Sounds like it's going to be a good net.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you checking in, and thanks for letting us know about Kathy. Hopefully she can get back in here when she gets on a hilltop or something. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you there at Apple Butter. That should prove to be a fun day.
Yeah, I was kind of upset. I ended up having to miss the billing thing, so I'm pretty excited about this. I'm gonna sneak away even if something happens and get down there.
Very good, very good. Well, if you're there at all, I guess be there around dinner time. Should be some good eating.
We plan on coming in, eating breakfast, and doing the whole thing, so we should be there for the whole day. That'll be good.
Very good, very good. Well, thanks for being in tonight. We'll say 73 to N0 MLP, and that takes us to the bottom of the list. Are there any more check-ins for the OARSnet? Check-ins for the OARSnet, please call now, W0ZAC.
Kilo Echo 0, November Hotel Lima, KE0 NHL, Heather and Clever, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z, KE0 YMZ, David, Springfield.
Alrighty, we picked up 2 more check-ins there. We'll start with KE0 NHL. Heather, how are you this evening?
Well, I'm doing all right, just not really having a whole lot to add this evening, just mostly getting in for the count, so good to check in on the net this evening. KE0 NHL, back to net control.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you being there, Heather. Adding 1 to the count. We're up to 12, including myself right now. We'll say 73 to KE0 NHL and move up to KE0 YMZ. Go ahead, David. How are you?
Well, good evening, Zach and everyone on the net. Doing great tonight. Just enjoying the weather and looking forward to the change of seasons and all the upcoming events and the fact that there are upcoming events. There's all kinds of stuff going on in southwest Missouri, so that's really exciting, and hoping to be able to get out and do some of the things. The weather thing is really the change of seasons. You know, I could say that fall is my favorite season, but it isn't really. It's just whatever the next season is, you know, up to bat is my favorite season. I just really like to change, and I won't miss the mosquitoes. I've got to admit I won't miss the mosquitoes. So, well, thanks for letting me in here, and thanks for doing the net. I will bow out with that. 73 KE0YMZ.
Very well, David. Thanks for checking in tonight. Appreciate you being there. I would have to say fall is my favorite season of the year, and sure looking forward to it getting here. Looks like we got some cooler weather coming up later in this week. That brings us to the bottom of the list. We'll ask again, are there any more check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now, W0ZAC.
Recheck KF0HHH.
All right, KF0HHH, there's Kathy with the recheck. Glad you're able to make it back in. How are you this evening?
I'm doing just fine. I was coming back from cheerleading practice for the little one and thought I'd try the mobile and see if it reached.
Very good. Glad you could make it back. Yeah, you're getting in there just fine now. Funny enough, my wife is with our daughter at cheerleading practice as well.
Yeah, I just got back home from it on Marvin State radio.
All right. Well, if you're on the road there, I hope you have a safe trip home. I look forward to seeing you at the apple butter event here coming up soon.
Yep, we'll be there. Pretty excited about going. I love going to the Apple Festival for apple butter making days there.
Yeah, we get a good thrill out of it as well. The kids have a good time. My wife could spend all day for 3 days up there walking around that place. Myself, I'm good for about 30, 45 minutes, make one lap around, see the sights, smell the smells, you know, maybe have a bite of a funnel cake, and then I'm about burned out on that.
That goes about it with me. I like to walk around once and be done. But I'm going to go help with dinner, and I'll talk at y'all later.
All righty. Well, we look forward to seeing you, and thanks for checking in tonight. We'll say 73 to KF0HHH, and that brings us to the bottom of the list. Are there any more check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now, W0ZAC. There may have been a station trying to get in there but could not copy. We'll ask one more time, final call, are there any check-ins for the OARS net? Check-ins for the OARS net, final call. Please call W0ZAC. All right, there is a station trying to get in there. I couldn't pick you out of the noise. I've got a lot of static on your signal.
Okay, it's KF0IQA, and I moved my position on the porch. I just wanted to say how much I've enjoyed listening to you people tonight.
Well, it sounds like you found the right position again. I copied that time. I missed the very end of your over. Repeat that for me, would you?
Yeah, I changed position on the porch, and I'm hearing you loud and clear, and I've enjoyed listening to you people tonight. Thank you.
Well, wherever you're at right now, just stay right there, because that's just perfect. You sound better right there than you have any time before. So put some spray paint on the ground, I guess, because that's the sweet spot. Appreciate you being in there, Barry. Looking forward to speaking with you again soon. All right, final call for the OARSnet. Any more check-ins, please call W0ZAC. Okay, nothing heard. We'll call that a wrap for tonight. One final mention, or announcement I should say, I forgot to mention during the first announcement portion. This net is now being streamed on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel. So if you want to see how you're sounding on the air or you missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Barry, that might be helpful for you. Hop on there and find today's live stream, and you can see how you sounded to the rest of us. Well, tonight we had a total of 12 check-ins, including myself. Thanks to everyone who checked in this evening. Our next net will be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. Good evening to all, and have a safe week. This net is now closed at 7:33 p.m. local time. I will now return this repeater to regular amateur radio use. 73 W0ZAC clear.